Sean Matthews, aka Nino Breeze.
All right, welcome back to the Cake Dish Podcast. I told y'all I had like a really special guest. I had to roll out the red carpet for him, book the studio, book the top. Like this one of them ones we could just do at the crib. So, Mr. Finesse, Mr. Florida,
Yo.
Mr. Nino Breeze,
Yo.
what's good?
What's going on?
Fresh out? Well, not fresh out. How long you been now?
Shit, like, it depends. I've been out of VOP custody since March 28th.
Okay, so it ain't even a year now.
Nah.
And you done ran it up just that much under that year. Okay, we finna get into all that. So, it's a lot of people checking for you right now.
Yo.
It's a lot of people wanting to get next to you and know a little bit more about you, because to some people it looked like you just popped up. Like,
I don't know.
out of nowhere.
Yo.
But to us in the city, and really a large part of Florida, we've been knowing you. So I kind of want to take it back a little bit, a lot of it. But when, in your opinion, do you feel like you really started taking music seriously? Like at what age you would think?
Shit, probably like 14.
14. Okay,
14
so
years old, yo.
you worked it, you did the music thing from 14 to like early 20s, and then you launched Authentic.
Authentic entertainment.
Authentic Entertainment. And for me, from like a fan standpoint, I feel like it kind of shifted a little bit. Like we didn't really see you doing the music as much. We kind of saw you the businessman.
Yo.
Like pushing Authentic. We seen you brought Dolph, rest in peace to Dolph. So when you kind of made that transition, do you think you were ready to kind of step away from music and be boss man Nino? Or like what was your thinking when you went from making music to the promotion company?
For me, it was just like, you know what I'm saying, I was doing like a lot of things in the streets. And I always clicked up with other people who I respected creatively. But like a lot of times, people don't have the ability to like, really like focus on their craft and like, you know, like also like focus on their craft and have a bag though, you feel me? Because it's like, you just kind of like do one or the other. So it's like I was running across a lot of money and I had people that I believed in, so I just went to back in. You know what I'm saying? I was back in they play. And yeah, it's just like it kept me in the mix. It kept me like even though I kind of like took the backseat a little bit, I was still soaking up game from like watching them do their thing, and I was still connected with the right people. Always come for them. So yeah, it's just like I was running across money. I had people I believed in, so I just kind of like played that role.
Okay. So when you did the Authentic, you were having a hell of a run with Authentic, and then you went and launched Finesse. So again, we seeing kind of the business side of you. We didn't really see the artist at that time. So what really motivated you to do Finesse?
Shit, I don't know. We had always been doing that shit. Like me and my dog, since we were shorters, just come up with like little dumb shit to throw on the tea, and then we put it in rotation. So then I was listening to it was like 2013. I was listening to Gucci and Scooter tape. They had dropped that Free Bricks too. And Scooter was like taking off with the finesse ad lib. And then once I heard how many ways he used it, like how he ripped that bitch, like it became a part of my vocabulary. I was saying it a lot, so then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna throw it on the tee. We put it in rotation. It snapped harder than anything else we had did. And then like the more that I looked at it, it started to look more and more like a logo rather than a design. So then like that's when I decided to make it the actual brand. And I don't know, like I just be coming up with shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I just like every time I come out with something, I just put it under the Finesse brand. It's just something that I like to do.
Okay, so like I said, we seen you being a businessman at that point in time, right? So Finesse really snapped. When you dropped Finesse, it went out of here. We had Yak was wearing it. I think Scooter had it on. It was a lot of big names. You got a lot of cosigns when you drop Finesse. So it's a lot of brands out here. Everybody has a brand, right? So, and I know we finna talk about a whole nother subject, but I just want to kind of pick your brain a little bit. When you dropped Finesse, did you even think it was gonna be as big as it became back then?
Yo, I think it's gonna be bigger than everything I done did. I really don't know what I'm doing all the way. But it's like, it's just certain fundamentals of hustling, you know what I'm saying, that I bring to it, you feel me? And it's like I'm learning like the specifics though, like the clothing industry, like what it takes to like actually run a clothing line and like figuring out manufacturing and figuring out how much money I should put to the side for like marketing and promotion and things like that. So it's like to me, the reason why I pursued it the way that I did, I look at other brands like the big ones. You know what I'm saying? Brands like Supreme and brands like, you know, kind of like Urban Weather, like skate coats and all that shit. So like when I look at like say Supreme or Huff, Stuss and all that, I feel like mine stand up to it as far as what the brand is. I don't got you feel me? Like I don't got the following yet. I don't got the knowledge yet. But it's like when you look at the brand itself, it has the potential to be that. So you just gotta actualize it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I've been fucking with it, but like since I've been out the chain game, I've been on like a 4-month run, and we've been doing numbers. So it let me know that I'm on to something. So it's just a matter of learning the specifics of the clothing game so that I can like really like get it the way it need to be.
So how do you think being a hustler, being in the streets, like how do you feel like that has helped you, I guess, with the success of your brand? Like how do you think that mentality has kind of transferred over?
Yeah, because like I said, it's like the fundamentals of hustling don't really change. You know what I'm saying? So no matter like what lane you in, whether it be like the streets or you corporate thugging, it's like the fundamentals stay the same, and it's like I've already like took my licks like in the streets. Just trying my hand with certain shit, you know, trial and error, you feel me, like knowing what work and what don't work. So it's like any lane that I decide to jump in, it's like when you jump in a particular industry, it's always gonna be the details that change, you know what I'm saying? Like you might have to get different type of paperwork, different type of certifications, or different type of like ways about, you feel me, like finding a manufacturer, that's the same thing as finding a plug. So it's like the details change. But like as far as like, okay, how much money I'm gonna invest into this? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like with hustling, like you gotta put a substantial amount of money into it. Because if you only invest enough money, like if you invest a little bit of money, you still got a cushion. You feel me? Like if you got 5 strikes to your name and you only willing to put $1,000 behind your hustle, you're not really gonna take off, because for one, it's like it's not as much money, it's not as much skin in the game, so the flip ain't as big. But also, you comfortable. So like when you comfortable, you don't go as hard. If you spend the whole 5 strikes, it's an anxiety there. You feel me? Like it was here, now it's gone. You know that you gotta make that money back. So then it's like, in addition to the flip being bigger, you hustle, you gonna out hustle the niggas around you because you need it. And then it's like once you do make the flip, in the process of you doing what you needed to do to make them 5 strikes back, you done linked up with this person and that person. Y'all understand numbers. You feel me? Like now you got clientele, and they gonna keep hitting your phone. And then it's like that's something that I learned. Like if you want to cop something, you gotta cop for real. You gotta go all in. Also with a brand, I make it convenient. Like
you do.
I do it digitally, and I do it like in the streets. I try that bitch out. I push up on niggas all over the city. With this shit, I take this bitch with me everywhere I go. You feel me? So it's like I know as soon as the nigga say he want to spend some money, I'm trying to get in his chair.
In and there.
Straight like that. Cause like if you give a nigga time to think about it, he can find something to spend that money on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying as far as just like the fundamentals of hustling being the same no matter what you do. So like I say that'll be the advantage.
Alright, so you having a hell of a run, you doing anything in the streets, you got the companies going, and then 2016 kind of pumped the brakes on anything. So when, I guess, did you kind of catch wind that it was a case being built against you?
Well, I mean, the way it went down, I had, you know what I'm saying, I was like doing what I do. Cause I got popped March 23rd, 2016. So, I was making my little plays, linking up with niggas doing what I do. But like, I didn't know they had me under surveillance. You know what I'm saying? They started surveilling like my spot. But I don't really do too much out of the spot, but the nigga be in and out. You know what I'm saying? So, they started surveilling the spot, and they already knew what had been going on because the police had sent somebody in there. They had took photos of what was inside. So then they had me under surveillance. I made a couple plays, and then when I came back, I was walking up to like my apartment complex. You know, it's like you gotta punch in a little code to get in. So it was like somebody standing at the gate. They on the phone, and like, man, I can't get in. I keep punching the code in, it won't work. And I was like, nah, just chill, bro, I got you. So I go to punch it in, and then the same person who was saying that grabbed me, and then started saying they were the police. So then I started looking around, and I see like police just coming out of everywhere. So then like I knew then like, okay, I'm under arrest. I ain't know what for. And then I'm sitting in the back of the police car. They showed me like the pictures of what was inside, so that I kind of like knew what it was based on, but I didn't know how deep it was. And you know what I'm saying? So they got me in the police car. The agent, he talking about how, you know what I'm saying, like pretty much like no, like I didn't have to go to jail if I was willing to cooperate. Telling me that he had the ability to make the shit go fed if he really wanted to. And you know what I'm saying, I just kind of like called his bluff. I just sat back that bitch, kept my mouth closed. And then I ended up going to the county about it out. And then I lawyered up. And like once I had like the paid attorney, he started doing some digging, is when I started like, you know, kind of getting a better idea like that it was like an ongoing investigation and it wasn't just no fluke shit that popped off.
Right.
You feel me? They got like it's a lot to it, dog. I forgot exactly what it's called, but it's something that like your lawyer or a private investigator can do to where they can see how many times the police done ran your name. And the Riley ran my shit like 250 times since 2014.
So basically like a 2-year investigation they was looking into you.
Yeah, in 2014, it was like a play that my homeboy had made in the mail and then it went south. And then when the cracker showed up, I was the one who answered the door. I didn't even know like because he had put our spot as a return address.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they linked that to me. It was a few niggas. It wasn't just one nigga that was telling on me. You feel me? Like a couple people told on me. But it was just like one person that was in my game room enough to where like when they decided to cooperate, it was, you feel me, like it was like significant enough and it was on point enough to where it really sunk my shit. But just as far as like my name being out there and the crackers being on my trail, that had been going on for like 2 years.
So I guess when you find out all this, you bond out, you kind of figure out the severity of it. What was your thinking, like, when you realized it was somebody really, really close to you that decided to cooperate and flip on you? Like, what was your initial thoughts when you found it out?
I don't know. I was in survival mode at first, so I didn't really think about it at first. But like, cause I had lost so much, you know what I'm saying? It's like, behind that case, I lost like 250,000. So then, like, I still had money left over, but it's just like for me, like the way I had organized my game over the years, like I didn't have no 9 to 5. Even the I had going on legitimately, like it take money to make money. Right. So then it's like I'm trying to like take what I got left and turn it into something. So I was really pushing the clothing line, I was really pushing the music, and then you know what I'm saying? Like at first, cause it was like a state case, and I had bonded out. The police wanted me to cooperate. They wanted me to like be on some informant type shit, so they wanted me to keep the case low. They didn't want nobody to know I went to jail type shit. Okay. So then like when like they pretty much like caught wind that the nigga wasn't finna fold, that's when they put me on the news. Cause it's like at that point they didn't have nothing to lose. Like a bitch can know about the case now. Right. So it's like they had put me on the news, and like you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know that so many people was gonna pay attention to the case. Cause
why? Like why you think nobody was gonna pay attention? It was
because of me.
It was headline.
You don't know? No, I'm saying like, but like it didn't start off that way. Yeah. Cause like you know how they say like you don't know what you're doing till you stop doing it. Yeah. Cause like I was doing what I was doing, but I had my eyes on so much more. Like I didn't feel like I got it where I wanted to be. So it's like to me like it didn't seem as significant as it was. Right. So it's like you know on like some city shit locally, like it started off on the St. Pete Police Facebook page. I seen it there first. And then like I was like, damn, hold on, I see this shit. I hope this shit don't turn into nothing. And then it's just trending in the city, that bitch room, and everybody talking about free me.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody was talking about it.
But it's crazy because I was out. So it's like people talking about me as if I'm gone. I don't know how to describe it, but like the closest thing I compare it to is like, you know how like when somebody passed, everybody like speak their piece? Yeah. I almost felt like I got to see
how that would be. Yeah, like all the love that you get. Yeah.
Yeah, because they was speaking on it and the whole time I was out. So then it's like, I started to kind of like see how much traction I was gaining because of the case. Even before I was on World Star for Music, I was on World Star because of the case. Right. So then I had a couple songs in the clutch. I released that bitch. I got a better reaction out of that than any other music I had released previously. So I knew I had something. And then like I just kept on grinding. So I never really thought about the cross all the way until like the case went from state and it went from state to fed. And when it became a federal case, you know what I'm saying, they snatched me up again. I couldn't get no bond and I really had to sit. So now I got time to think. I can't, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no distractions. I don't got nothing, you know what I'm saying? I just got time to think. And like, that's when the weight of the situation really was on my conscience because it was certain things I was trying to do, like, so that I could leave some with my family or leave some with my people, and I wasn't able to do that. So the nigga that crossed me, like, he aware of the fact that, like, I don't come from much.
Right.
Like my mama don't, my people don't really have much. And like, I was kind of like the patriarch. I was the nigga that was doing the providing. So, I mean, it cut kind of deep. But yeah, I didn't really have time to think about it till like they sat me down.
Okay, so you go through all that, and the big case gets sentenced. So 6.5 years.
6.5 years. I did like 5 off of that.
Okay, so 6.5 years total, 5 off of that. So being in prison, you having this run up into this, like, you winning, you was really the man in the city. Like, did you ever, when you had to sit down, did you ever think like, damn, I'm not gonna get none of this back, I'm not gonna have this momentum that I had again? Like, was there ever any doubt in your mind?
Yo, it took a minute though. Like, cause you know, the city's so small, so it's like when certain niggas snap that hard, like it don't really go away. Like, we talk about it for a long time, we remember it for a long time, but it's like, what I didn't know is like I was kind of ahead of the curve on some shit that was about to take the streets over. Cause it's like that whole wave of like niggas getting pipes from the west, like that's what it is now. So it's like back when I was doing it, I was like the only nigga in the city that was, you feel me, like casting out on Audemars and Big Boy Q. And it's like just the way I was illustrating, a lot of shit had never been seen before.
Right.
So then it's like, as like, you know, the case blow up, more niggas become aware of it, especially in St. Pete. So then, like, they started jumping on the wave, and then a lot of the things I did started becoming more common. Cause like, you go to the city now, it's a lot of money out there. It's a lot of niggas that's wearing, like, that got kilos on their neck. It's a lot of niggas that got rollers and paddocks and APs. You know what I'm saying? Niggas doing their thing. And then even with the music shit, like, I remember being the first nigga to really, like, you know, have features with niggas like like major artists. Or like having videos that was having hundreds of thousands of views and getting national recognition. But it's like, since I left and like kind of put a heat seeker on the city, it's more niggas, you feel me? Like, Project Younger was getting a lot of play. Rod and Went to the Moon. That nigga like bigger than life at this point. You feel me? So it's like, and it's a lot of niggas, it's not just them. It's a lot of niggas who is getting like national recognition, even if they is underground, they're doing hundreds of thousands, millions of views from the city. So what I was doing musically became more common. What I did in the streets became more common. And like, probably like around 2018 when I was really like, I got a phone while I was in there and I was able to see more. I was really seeing shit take off and kind of realized it wasn't gonna be like, I just came home and it was like right back to it. Like, I kind of knew then, like, I was gonna have to really like find a way to recapture the momentum. Because it's like everything I was doing became more common.